In this video, let's learn how to shoot an arrow that can fly on middle of air and fall down to touch enemy like this. Actually, it will move as any normal bullet. We apply only one-time velocity, so it can work very well on slow phone. After that, we will add an arrow mesh that follow the cube with animation flying. This animation is created easily in Blender. Combine two of them, it will work exactly same any games you played. First, we need to create a normal bullet to shoot straight to enemy. I have an enemy here. You can use any characters you have. Let's create a bullet. Name it arrow or any names you want. Move it to center. Set is trigger for it can go through other objects. Move this to left side of enemy or anywhere you want. I will scale it smaller a little bit. Next, we will add script to shoot it to enemy. Create object with name Game Manager. Add new visual scripting script. With any names you want. Add object enemy and arrow into variables to call it easier. Open the script and create a button click to shoot. Use button space or any button you like. If button is clicked, we will shoot arrow straight to enemy. To move an object, I will use macro character. You can get it free with link under video. To use it, open script use character. To apply a force to move object, let's use this event. It will apply set velocity, one time only to move this object. Copy it. And open our main script again. Paste it here. Input object is the object you want to move. Let's add object arrow to move it. To be able to move an object, it always need a component rigid body. Select object arrow and add rigid body. Turn off gravity, we don't need it for this bullet. And turn off its rotation too. To shoot to enemy, we need to find out what direction from arrow to enemy. Open macro character again. You can get direction between two positions easily with this event. Copy and paste it into our script. To find direction between arrow to enemy, just add their position into. Position 1 will be position of object arrow. And position 2 will be position of object enemy. Now you have vector direction between them. You can enter any speed to move arrow, slow or fast, up to you. Let's press play to see how it works. Press button space. Object arrow will be shot to enemy position. But this arrow goes to enemy feet. Because your character pivot is always placed at its feet. So our script direction is from arrow to his feet. Our purpose is to move arrow object straight to enemy like this. The idea, we will target to the closest position on enemy, not his feet. To do that, make sure you added a collider on this enemy object. You can find easily the closest point from enemy to white cube is at his belly now. Let's change our script to move it straight to enemy. Target it to the closest position on enemy collider. Use event closest point on bounds. Input this will be enemy collider. Input position will be arrow position. The arrow object can shoot straight to enemy object now. Press play to test it again. Press the button. The arrow will be shot and go straight to this enemy. It will target to the closest point on this enemy collider, the point at his belly. As you see, after it hit enemy, white cubes still keep going. Let's destroy it instead. To check if arrow hit enemy, we use on trigger enter. We should place this trigger check on arrow object. Each arrow or bullet after spawning, it has one enemy target already. Check all objects to see if the enemy need to be hit or not. If it is enemy the arrow need to be hit, this event will return true. After arrow hit enemy, let's stop the movement or destroy it right away. In this tutorial, I will not destroy our arrow, so we can test it over and over. After stopped its movement, let's move it to somewhere else out of screen. You can move it to any position you want. Press play to test it. Press button to shoot arrow. After arrow hit this enemy, it will be destroyed. To spawn another arrow at the same place to test, I will save our arrow position into a graph variable at onStart. Every time we press button to shoot arrow now, move the arrow to its start position before it is moved to enemy. After arrow hit enemy and disappeared, you can press button again to spawn another arrow, to test over and over. While we shoot an object moving on the ground, we will add a curved animation of arrow, and follow this object. To create that animation, I will use Blender. You can use any mesh you can draw. Press number 3, on side view, create an amateur bone. Move this bone in front, so you can see it clearly. Scale it bigger. Now select the mesh first, then shift and select the bone. Ctrl P, to add the mesh follow the bone. If you go to the pose mode, and rotate this bone around, this arrow mesh will follow it too. Next, we will create animation for this bone. Set animation duration from frame 0 to 100. Now at frame 0, switch to pose mode. Let's rotate the bone an angle about 30 degrees. That's the angle when the arrow started to shoot. You can adjust any angle that you want. Now save this bone position and rotation at keyframe 0. The bone animation was saved. Next, move to frame 50. At this frame, arrow is flying at middle of the air. Reduce its angle to look like it is flying on air. Then save its animation. If you press play, you can see how arrow is flying. Now select frame 100. This frame, arrow will hit the enemy or hit the ground. Rotate its angle down, and move its head to the ground position. Remember to save its animation at frame 100. Now you can see all the animation, how this arrow start to fly and hit the ground. It's very easy, right? Before exporting, make sure your bone has location, rotation and scale, all default values. You can click Ctrl A to set them back to default value. One more thing, you must change bone rotation X is -90. Ctrl A to set new rotation value. This will fix wrong rotation in Unity. Now select the mesh and bone to export. Menu, Export, FBX. Save it with any names you want. Change mode to copy. Select option Export Mesh and Amateur Bone. Select FBX Unity Scale. Make sure turn on Bake Animation to export its animation. Then click Export FBX. Drop file FBX we made from Blender into Unity project. Add it into the game. Scale it smaller. Then move the mesh inside our arrow object. Reset position to move its center of the cube. Now if you turn off the cube mesh, you can see our arrow shape only. Try to play the game. Press button to shoot arrow. It can go straight to enemy only now. This arrow we exported with an animation from Blender. First, create its avatar. Then go to Tab Animation. You can press play to review how it works in Unity. It's exactly same in Blender. Name this animation as shooting. We created this animation from frame 0 to frame 100. Then click Apply. You can check new animation here. This is avatar we created, and this is animation shooting. Let's create an animation idle, when arrow is not shooting yet or ended. You can set it at frame 0 or frame 100, up to you. Then click Apply. After creating animations, we need to add them into an animation controller, with any names you want. Double-click to open it. Add animation idle and animation shooting into. After animation shooting finished, we should set it back to idle. Next, let's add animation controller into the arrow model. Change mode to always animate. Arrow animations should work now. It's at animation idle currently. If you press button space to shoot it, let's switch to animation shooting. Add arrow model into a variable to call it easier. Now open the script. Let's play animation right after button is pressed. To play an animation, we use animator play. Input this is object that has component animator. If you check arrow model, you added animator component already. Add object arrow model into. Play animation shooting. Press play to see how it works. Animation shooting worked well. But we need to rotate arrow head to this enemy. Open macro character again. You can use this event to rotate a 3D object to a position. Copy it. Right after playing animation, rotate its head to enemy. Input object will be object you want to rotate, our arrow model. Target position is enemy position. You want arrow rotate to. Everything should work well for now. If you press play, this arrow can rotate to enemy correctly, and arrow can fly on air with a curved line as we wanted. When you increase the speed of animation shooting, animation will be ended faster, so the destination will not ended at enemy position anymore. Every speed will have different animation time length. When speed is 1, arrow animation is slow, so we can move the cube with slow speed. But when animation of arrow is faster, we must move the cube with faster speed. In school, we learned this math. Distance equals speed multiplied by time. So let's use this to calculate the speed need to move our arrow. Open our script. Before adding velocity to move object arrow, we need to calculate what speed to move arrow first. Create a new graph variable, name speed of arrow. This speed will control speed of arrow movement. Now let's calculate this speed value before doing movement event. Create a custom event with name calculate speed arrow. We will do arrow movement after this event too. Move all of them together. We have the math here. Distance equals speed multiplied by time. So to calculate the speed, speed will be distance divided by time. And this speed will be speed to move our arrow object. First, let's calculate distance between arrow and enemy. Name this variable as distance. To get distance between 2 points, you can use this event. It will be distance from arrow position to enemy position. But you remember, enemy position is always at its feet, and we moved arrow object to the closest point on enemy collider, position near his belly. We already used event closest point on bounds to do that, so we will use it again here, for distance between arrow and enemy. Add enemy object to get its collider. Position will be arrow position. Next step, we need to calculate how long the animation shooting will be. Create new variable, name time. If you change animation shooting slower or faster, its time length to play this animation will be vary. To get time length of an animation, we have event animator state info, get length. It requires input current animator state info here. Animator will be animator of object has animation shooting, arrow model. Its output will be animator state info that we need. To make sure current animation is shooting, we need to check its name. If current animation is shooting, it will return value true. This is how to get time length of an animation. While playing, let's open the script to see if you can get its time length. Animator state info return value false. It cannot get animation shooting yet. The reason is, after you played animation shooting, it need a little time to switch animation from idle to shooting. So before get current animator state info, let's wait it a little bit. Wait for next frame is enough. But this wait event only work in coroutine custom event, so make sure turn on coroutine. Let's play it again. It can get current animation is shooting now, and you have time length of this animation too. We already have distance and time. We can get the speed of arrow now. Speed will be Distance divide by time. We apply this speed on movement of arrow. We finished all of script today. You can download it anytime with link under video. Press play to test it. It worked well with animation speed is 1. Now try to change the animation faster. It works with any animation speed correctly. Remember to set position of arrow in front of collider of this cube, so arrow head can touch enemy same time when cube touch enemy body. It looks better now. What will happen after arrow is flying, but enemy is destroyed? We should destroy arrow at this moment. Open our script again. Right after applying velocity to move our arrow. Let's destroy the arrow after animation arrow is ended. I recommend to give it a little bit time to check if it touched enemy or enemy was destroyed before. If arrow cannot touch enemy, you can destroy this arrow right away. Let's test to see if it works. Turn off enemy and shoot the arrow. It works well. You can change position of enemy anywhere you want. It can calculate the speed and time of arrow automatically. It works exactly the same any games you played. It runs fast and work very well on phones too, because we applied velocity one time only. If you want to add another arrow or any bullet types, add your own model into. Then put it inside our arrow sample. Reset its position. Rotate it same angle of this arrow. Then you can turn off the orange arrow. You can see your model only now. If you press play, it didn't work yet. Put your own arrow inside the bone object. Then try it again. It worked perfect now. You can download all this project free with link under video. Open and you can test it right away. If you love it, please subscribe my channel to save this video and script. Thank you for watching, and see you next video.